Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to decode the blueprint of a modern career, but not from some stuffy textbook. Nope, we're doing it from a simple stack of papers. Let's see what a resume, a few certificates, and a volunteer log can really tell us about building a future.
It's a fascinating question, right? Because when you think about it, these documents aren't just records of what you've done. They're strategic assets. They tell a story of ambition, of skill, and of strategy, and they can reveal a really powerful path forward, but only if you know how to read between the lines.
So, let's meet the person behind the paperwork. We're going to piece together the career strategy of a young man named Asam just by analyzing his professional portfolio. We'll look at where he started, a really crucial pivot he made, and what it all tells us about where he's headed. All right, first things first, the basics. Asim is 20 years old, a high school grad, and he's multilingual, speaks Arabic, English, and Urdu. He's originally from Myanmar. So this is our baseline, a bright, young person at the very beginning of his professional journey. But it's his actions that really start to paint the picture. Okay, so the very first thing that jumps out from his records is this incredible foundation of just hands-on work and community service. And this isn't just about earning a paycheck. It's about building a solid bedrock of experience and a really, really strong work ethic, as you're about to see. I mean, just look at the variety and the consistency here. It's striking. From working in a clothes store back in 2019, all the way up to being a computer clerk, a salesperson, and taking on multiple roles during the Hajj season, this just screams hustle. It shows a willingness to do what it takes year after year. And let's just pause on one of those roles for a second. Being the Hajj guide, helping pilgrims on their journey to Mecca, that is no simple task. It takes logistics, immense responsibility, great communication skills, and a ton of grace under pressure. You're literally responsible for people's physical and spiritual well-being on a once-in-a-lifetime journey. That's not just a line on a resume, it's a huge testament to his maturity and capability. And here's where the story gets even more compelling, because as impressive as his work history is, believe it or not, his volunteer record reveals an even deeper commitment to service. Okay, get ready for this. 145 hours. And that's just for one thing, distributing meals to people during Ramadan. 145. But he's not done. Then there's another 128 hours dedicated to helping the elderly, making sure they're safe and cared for. You can really see a powerful pattern of service emerging here. And finally, another 48 hours, this time in a professional setting, helping out a hospital with their medical records. So if you're keeping track, that's over 300 hours of documented volunteer work in a single year. This just brilliantly illustrates an absolutely incredible work ethic. Now let's see how this all builds, because just as this foundation of service is getting rock solid, the documents show us something else. A sudden, dramatic pivot. A surge toward a completely different set of skills. You have to check out this timeline from late 2025. October 29th, he finishes training in data management and Kali Linux. Just 2 days later, on November 1st, he's in a workshop for data analysis with Python. And then, less than 2 weeks after that, he's certified in cybersecurity fundamentals. The speech here is just incredible. This isn't random. This is a deliberate, high-speed skillet. So, in just a couple of weeks, he added this entire toolkit of super valuable, future-facing skills to his portfolio. It's a pretty sharp contrast to his hands-on service jobs, right? Or is it something more? And this brings us to the real heart of it all. What happens when you combine that deep foundation of hustle and service with a sharp edge of digital expertise? Well, you get the blueprint for a truly modern professional. See, the crucial point is this synthesis. It's the combination. On one side, his service and his hustle gave him these priceless foundational skills: customer service, logistics, resilience, the timeless skills of working with people. And on the other side, his strategic pivot gave him the technical, future-facing skills that are in super high demand. It's not about one or the other. It's the fact that he has both that makes a profile like this so incredibly powerful. So, what does this all mean for his path forward? Well, these documents don't just tell us what he's done. They paint a really clear picture of his ambition and his strategy for the future. And you know what? We don't even have to guess. He tells us directly, right in his personal summary. He's not just looking for a job. He's looking for an opportunity to develop his skills, to contribute to a bigger vision, and to be distinguished by his achievements.
Every certificate, every job, every volunteer hour, it's all a step in that direction.
So, Awesome's portfolio tells a clear, intentional story. It's a story about building a foundation of human-centric skills and then layering on technical expertise to solve modern problems. It's a really powerful narrative, and it leaves us with one final and I think really important question. What story does your portfolio tell?